Hello, chess fans. Welcome to another edition of Chess Chat, a program brought to you live from the Workers Credit Union studio at Fitchburg Access Television. I am your host, George Meridanian, Program Director of the Wachusett Chess Club at Fitchburg State University. This club, the second oldest chess club in Massachusetts, meets every Wednesday evening from 6:30 to 10:30 in rooms 142 and 143 of the McKay complex at the university. And with me once again for this edition of Chess Chat is our award-winning director Darren Dame of Fitchburg, a recipient of FATV's prestigious Boulder Award. He's assisted in the control room and also on camera by fellow resident and longtime Wachusett Chess Club member Brian Bigelow. And sitting across from me is my trusty colleague, associate, longtime active chess player, my co-host Dave Couture of Westminster. Hello, Dave.
Hi, George. How are you?
Very good, Dave. Well, Dave, this edition of Chess Chat is a special edition, a celebration, a commemoration of America's Bobby Fischer becoming world champion exactly 50 years ago by beating Russia's Fischer-Spassky in September of 1972 in Reykjavik, Iceland. That was an historic event. That made all the newspapers, not only in this country, but in the world. That was big news. That was big news 50 years ago.
And even while it was ongoing, people were watching it in bars.
Exactly.
You know, the coverage.
Right. They turned off the sports show. If sports was being shown, they say, switch on the Fischer-Spassky match. We want to see that.
It was an amazing time.
It was an amazing time. Now, we're going to present to our viewers on this special edition of Chess Chat some video clips from various programs that were done on TV before this match and also after the match. And we're going to get right into it so our viewers are going to enjoy this. The first clip that our director, Darren Dame, is going to show us is a clip from the I've Got a Secret show with Gary Moore. Our older viewers will remember the I've Got a Secret show with Gary Moore. And he did this actually March 26, 1958, when he had just turned 15 years old, 2 weeks earlier. So let's actually see that clip of Bobby Fischer on I've Got a Secret with Gary Moore.
Good to see you. Nice to have you with us. Again, we're going to call this young gentleman Mr. X. Will you tell us how old you are and where you're from?
I'm 15. I'm from Brooklyn.
He is 15 years old and he is from Brooklyn. All right? Will you show your headline to camera 3 and to Dick Clark, because we'll make him go to work on you. It says, Teenager Strategy Defeats All Comers.
This strategy, did it involve finances?
No.
Did you have any help?
No.
Did it all by yourself? Did it make people happy?
Made me happy.
That's a good start. Good start. Did what you do have its effect indoors?
Yes.
Did it have?
All right, Dick, we've gone down the drain. This young man's name is Bobby Fischer. He is 15 years old. And listen to this. Already, he is the United States chess champion. I don't mean teenage champion, youngsters champion. He has defeated the masters. He is the top ranking of the United States champion in chess. And I just think it's fantastic. How long have you been playing?
I learned it when I was 6.
Wow. When you were 6. But you've been playing seriously only since when? The last?
9. It's about 9.
From 9 on. Now come the pink cards. Well, this is a surprise to everybody, including Bobby. All of us have been reading about you, Bobby, of course. Especially about your invitation to go to Russia and to Yugoslavia to compete against the greatest chess champions from all over the world in the international tournament this summer. Isn't that right?
That's right.
Now, the only thing that has been keeping this young man from accepting this invitation to the international tournament is the lack of money for transportation. And that's understandable. I think it would be a shame, we think it would be a shame for an American to have to lose by default. So here for you, Bobby, are 2 round-trip tickets for you and your older sister to accompany you aboard Sabina Airlines to Moscow. Here There's the Sabina Airlines handbag for you to carry your chessmen in or whatever you carry in it. And I want to thank Sabina, by the way, for their marvelous cooperation and the last-minute arrangements for this young man. Good luck to you, Bobby. We'll be rooting for you over there in Yugoslavia and in Russia, and we hope that when you come back, we hope you will come back the champion, but whether you do or not, I hope that you'll drop back in on I've Got a Secret again and tell us about your adventures. Will you do that?
Well, that was a clip from the I've Got a Secret show from March 1958. You know, when he won Bobby Fischer won that his first U.S. championship, he was 14 years old. He did that actually in January of 1958, and again appearing on the show I've Got a Secret 2 months after. Now, let's bring it 6 months later. 6 months later, Bobby Fischer made a special visit to Fitchburg, Massachusetts, and performed a simultaneous exhibition right here in this city, the only city that he visited on his 1964 national tour. He did a series of simultaneous exhibitions across the country, and the only chess club that he came to was the Wachusett Chess Club here in Fitchburg, and we have some photos that were taken at that simultaneous exhibition that we want to show. Okay, let's actually start with some of the photos that Darren Dame, our director, has for our viewers from that exhibition in 1964. He played 56 people simultaneously. Now, here's a photo of Fischer on the left, standing up, and he is playing actually at the First Parish Church Unitarian at the Upper Common in Fitchburg on March 2nd, 1964. What he's facing is a player by the name of Lester Garbitz, a 1965 graduate of Fitchburg High School who won the 1965 Wachusett Chess Club Championship. Now, there might be some other photos. Is that our only photo? Okay, here's another photo of Bobby Fischer, color photo, of facing Lester Garbitz in the red sweater. Again, this was taken at the church, the Unitarian Church, on a Monday night in 1964. Here is Bobby Fischer again in that hall. That place was packed. We had players from all over the state, especially the Boston area. They flocked to Fitchburg on March 2nd. And here's another photo of Fischer, black and white. And he's facing a fellow holding a cigarette with a bow tie who happens to be J. Camille LeBlanc. He is the father, or was the father, of a famous long-distance runner at Fitchburg High School, Dennis LeBlanc. Again, J.C. LeBlanc, J. Camille LeBlanc, was an active player at the Wachusett Chess Club back in the 1960s. So, again, that was a special visit by Fischer. Again, no other club did he visit.
In Massachusetts.
In Massachusetts, right.
And you said those photos were taken by Paul Godin?
They were taken by 1967 Wachusett Chess Club champion Paul Godin, who was handed a camera. He didn't come with his own camera. Yeah. He was handed a camera by Lester Garbitz's sister. Said, Paul, can you take a photo of my brother playing Bobby Fischer? So that was great.
And Paul's a member of the club to this day?
Very active member, very active, longtime member of the Wachusett Chess Club. Now, let's go to another clip of Fischer that he did on TV on the Dick Cavett show.
That's right.
That was a very popular show back. And this is actually a clip from, you told me it was 1971. He appeared on this show before his match against Bobby Fischer.
Against Spassky. Yeah.
Against Spassky. He had just defeated Tigran Petrosyan, an Armenian grandmaster, who, by the way, came to Fitchburg in February 1982 and gave an exhibition at the Wachusett Chess Club. Mm-hmm. So let's show that clip of Bobby Fischer on the Dick Cavett show from 1971. It had to be late.
On January 4th of this year, the elusive Bobby Fischer surfaced, came to the studio, did an interview with me here. I had met him once before, and he had mentioned that he was perfectly confident that he would beat Petrosian so that he could eventually meet and beat Boris Spassky for the World Championship. And he made good on the first part of that promise. As you know, right now in Reykjavik, he's attempting to make good on the second part. As we're taping this now, the score is Boris Spassky 3.5 points, Bobby Fischer 5.5 points, and it hasn't been exactly the calmest chess championship in history. First, Bobby Fischer went into hiding and didn't show up because the money wasn't good enough. He'll be talking some about money in the interview you're about to see. He refused to play in front of the cameras at one point, and then he claimed that there was a conspiracy against him. He demanded his own swimming pool and all kinds of things. Some people seem to think this is all a psychological game he's playing with Spassky, and maybe this interview will help Fischer watchers who try to figure him out all the time figure out what is going on. Anyway, it is quite fascinating insight into a genius personality. Here's the tape, Bobby Fischer. Have you brought a fan club with you? Doesn't seem in character for you. Do you like sitting there? Because if you move there, then I move here. Or if you move there... See, that's my attempt to do a chess joke.
Yeah.
I don't know any.
It's okay.
Hey, there's a thing in the Times today. I break him up. There's a thing in the Times today saying that the location hasn't been pinned down yet for this match. So
Yeah, well, we're going to work it out in a couple of weeks.
depends on who bids the most money to get the match. What country? Is that how it goes?
Well, it depends if me and the Russians agree on the site, then it's settled. But if we don't agree, then this international chess body is going to work it out. International Chess Organization, FIDE.
So they ask you and Spassky, and
Right.
if he says, if you both agree on Argentina, let's say, then
That's it, right. But if we don't agree, then they're going to decide for us where it'll be.
I see. And you get, how many rejects do you get?
I don't even really know the system. I didn't study it too carefully, you know.
Do you much care where it's played?
Well, no. I'd like to play here, but unfortunately, we didn't put up too much money, you know, so I don't know if I can accept it.
Chicago bid, I think.
Chicago, only $100,000.
Yeah.
Yugoslavia, $152,000.
Yeah.
Argentina, $150,000. So.
But you don't automatically go for the highest bidder then?
Well, I'm going to go for a pretty high bid, yeah.
If Russia were chosen, how would you feel about that?
I wouldn't be too happy, but they didn't even put a bid in. They saved me the trouble of rejecting them.
I wonder why they didn't.
I know why. You see, the last time they've been playing the match among themselves for decades, right?
Yeah.
They've been playing for peanuts because chess is supposedly amateur over there, although they're all professional, but they want the rest of the world to think it's amateur.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, they don't want their players getting rich either. So they don't want them, losing control of them. And they play for $5,000 for the title. Now, how can they come around, say, and offer $150,000 or $200,000 for a match? They've been playing among themselves for a few $1,000s. That's one of the reasons.
Aren't you kind of a hero over there, though, in the CCCP?
What is a secret or something? What is
No, that's the Russian
party?
letters for USSR.
Oh,
This
am I
stands
here?
for Союз Советских Социалистических Республик.
Good.
You see, Mr. Fischer, I am Boris Spassky. And the match is tonight. This is your life. I'm sorry. But, you're kind of a hero over there.
I am among the common people, not too much among the party leaders and the leaders of the country. They don't go for me too much.
They say very nice things about you for export, but I understand that in their local magazines,
Right.
which then come over here in translation, they talk about the unfortunate aspects of your character, which they find it unpleasant to have to report.
Yeah.
Do you read those things?
Oh, yeah, I read them. I keep up with what they're saying. They're just making me mad, helping me. So I
Yeah.
enjoy it.
Yeah. Could anger hurt your play if you were angry during a game?
No, it's a cool anger, determination. I don't lose my temper.
Yeah. Couldn't get... when you were here last time, you said something which was widely quoted. I asked you what corresponds to the great moment of, say, hitting a home run in a ball game, and you said to crush the other guy's ego. Do you remember the moment when that happened with Petrosian? Was there a moment?
Yeah, after the sixth game, I felt him crumbling at that stage.
Mm-hmm.
He came into the game looking a little bit, mousy, and I took it from there,
It's funny because they say, I believe in a big tournament like this, you get 3 days off for illness. And a man said, Fischer's opponents always have a way of becoming ill. What is that? What do you do to them?
Well, there's a tremendous amount of pressure in these matches, and, the strain it's really tremendous. Just day after day, playing 5 hours, and if it's adjourned, the next day, 6 hours, but you've been up all night studying the adjourned position, and there's a lot of pressure.
You could stay up all night and not fear the fact that the lack of sleep would wreck your game?
Well, you try and have it all worked out in your memory, so when you just come in there, just playing things by rote. Of course, it's not that easy. You have to try not to fall asleep sometimes.
Yeah. What would it do to your ego if, by some terrible chance, you were beaten in this match?
Well,
You obviously haven't thought about the possibility.
I try not to think about it too much. I'd realize it was a fluke, and that's it.
Now, this isn't something that is over like a fight in one night. It takes about, what?
2 months.
2 months, 24 matches?
Right.
Yeah.
Is there any way, Bobby, that you can judge from reading the achievements of past chess masters, whether you think you're the greatest chess player that ever walked the earth?
We've got a rating system, and according to the present rating system, I have the highest rating of any player that's ever lived. They kind of course, it's hard to rate the players that are from the past that are dead now. But
Wait a minute, you have the records.
they go back. They say my record against Botvinnik, then Botvinnik's record against Hervé, and Hervé's record against so-and-so, and they go all the way back. And according to the system, I have the highest rating, and the system is accepted by the International Chess Organization.
Highest rating ever? Or highest,
Ever, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I ask you? Well, this is a dumb question, but I'm going to ask it because I want to know. As a chess player, that's what you are.
Right.
Okay. That's all I want to ask. No, I wanted to know if he did something on the side.
When?
In his spare time. I don't know.
Tell him how hard you work at it.
That's what I need. I wonder if it's a full time.
Full time.
Let me put the
It's
question
not like a hobby.
for you.
Oh, thank you.
Miss Duncan wants to
I'd like
know,
to know.
do you or would you do something on the side?
Right.
Sorry, I've ruined the question. I'd like you to show us something involving an actual chessboard when we come back. We'll be back after this message.
Well, that was a video clip from the Dick Cavett show with Bobby Fischer. Now, asking those questions of Bobby, sitting next to Dick Cavett was actress Sandy Duncan, and asking questions next to Sandy was Ralph Nader, known for what? Advocating, how would you call it?
A consumer advocate, yeah.
Yes, well known as a consumer advocate. Ralph Nader was there on that show when Bobby Fischer was interviewed by Dick Cavett. Now, we have next coming up, what's going to come up next, Dave, for our viewers?
I think the next one is just a clip from one, like the first game, I think.
From Reiki. Okay, so we have a video of game one.
Just a brief, yeah.
Which is July, the first game was July 11th, 1972.
72, yeah.
Yeah, so Darren actually has a clip from that first game.
I think that's what's coming, yeah.
Okay, I think we'll have that. So we'll show that now.
Well, Spassky is waiting.
Right, and waiting and wondering whether Bobby will show or not show. And there's absolutely dead silence in the hall.
Spassky is pacing, he's nervous, and...
Wait, here comes Fischer, coming on the stage saying that he was caught in traffic. And I think Spassky was visibly relieved.
And also perhaps pained.
It didn't look like this match would happen, but finally it happened. And it was phenomenal.
How do you spell relief, okay?
Now, for the first time, we're looking at Bobby Fischer, the man that 8 times has won the United States Open Championship.
I remember saying on TV at one point during the match, I said, you know, we're really lucky to be alive at this moment when Bobby Fischer is playing Boris Spassky.
There's the first move, one knight to king, bishop 3. Very non-committal.
Now watch, see Fischer turn around here?
Yeah.
He's checking to see that camera location. And now he goes over to protest those cameras being there.
There's Lothar Schmidt in the background.
I cannot have that, please.
Spassky remains serene and imperturbable throughout all this.
The first game started out with some minor psychological games in the...
So that was a clip from game one of the match, played on July 11th, 1972. And we saw Fischer actually get up from the board and walk back to the chief arbiter, Lothar Schmidt of Germany, and actually expresses a complaint about a camera recording that game. I want to point out to our viewers that this match, this Fischer-Spassky match, almost didn't take place. There was problems getting Fischer actually to come to Iceland. It wasn't until a British financier, an investment banker, a chess patron, offered to give money of $125,000, which doubled the prize fund, which brought the prize fund to $250,000, that Fischer finally agreed to come and play the match against Spassky. So again, if it weren't for this investment banker, this match would have never taken place.
Right.
So what are we going to see next for our viewers to see? Do you think we're going to see?
Next, I think, is a brief clip from after the match when it's either an interview with him or it's when he's presented with the wreath for winning
the championship.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what Darren has in store for us.
I forget which one.
In the name of FIDE, the International Chess Federation, I proclaim Mr. Robert Fischer as a chess champion of the world. And in the same time, I hand you the gold medal, which in these days accompanies world titles in any field.
Thank you very much. Doesn't have any name, you know. Huh? Has no name.
Oh, no, name is not in this.
Should have a name, you know. But you didn't know it.
Video clip from the award ceremony. That was the Max Oeber, the 5th world champion, who presented Fischer the award. So let's move on to the next clip that we have. After the match, a quick interview with Fischer after the match, coming up next.
In trying to sort of get better facilities, you've been instrumental in getting a record purse and this sort of thing. Has it purely been personal gain, or has it really been to upgrade the whole game of chess as far as you're concerned?
It's been basically to upgrade the game, you know, and to make it, you know, I mean, personal gain. I haven't been, you know, if I were interested in personal gain, I wouldn't just be taking up chess.
You'd applied your brain to something else, would you?
Yeah, I would be in the stock market. This is where the personal gain is at.
What do you intend to do now?
I want to keep playing a lot of chess.
Yeah, quite. But what's your next target? Do you think there'll be a return game with Spassky soon, for example?
Definitely. I want to play a return match. It's a question of the money, A, and B, it's a question of will the Russians let Spassky play? And then I guess C, does he want to play me?
The big addition to the purse, the £50,000, came from London, from an Englishman. Is it likely you'd consider playing the return match in England?
It's a possibility. I mean, you know, I wouldn't close the door in any place.
It doesn't worry you particularly where it is?
No, I think the States would be a good place for the next match. Because, believe it or not, I mean, that's where they got the facilities for TV and everything. You do it right without, you know, creating a fuss.
How do you rate Spassky now? I mean, what are the chances, do you think, of your holding on again in a return match with Spassky?
Oh, I think I'll beat him, you know, much more easily. There's no question about it in my mind.
This is really because you...
I've broken him.
This is what you really set out to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
How would you rate him compared with other players you've played against?
The best, definitely. He gave me a real fight. All the other players I played, they crumbled at a certain stage, and I never felt that, you know, with Spassky.
Okay, that was a nice interview with Fischer. But let's move on to a short interview with Fischer on the Johnny Carson show.
No, I think this is the Spassky.
Oh, this is Spassky?
Quick interview with Spassky.
Oh, interview with Spassky?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see what's coming up next for our viewers. No, okay. We have a video clip coming up. By the way, he became famous. Fischer became very famous. Again, the news. He became a household name. And again, we were very fortunate to have him here in Fitchburg in 1964 before the World Championship. So,
yeah, I guess the biggest unfortunate thing is that he after this, he said he was going to play. He wanted to play a lot, and he basically disappeared.
Mr. Spassky, how disappointed are you to have lost your world title?
Okay.
I'm not disappointed to lose this match. I don't know exactly why, but I think that the life for me will be better after this match.
How did?
Of course, I'd like to explain why I think so. I had a very, how to say, my English not so good, I beg your pardon. I had a very, very hard time when I won the chess title of the champion in 1969. And perhaps the main difficulty is that I had very big obligations for chess life, not only in my country, maybe all over the world. And I had to do many things for chess, but not for myself as a champion of the world.
How did Bobby Fischer beat you? What made him a better player?
He beat me generally very well as a chess player, I mean.
He was a better player?
Yes, he's a better player, concerning of this match, as a minimum.
Did any of his tactics, the changing of the furniture, the lighting and the board, did that upset you?
No, it didn't disturb me at all. The only thing which was very unpleasant for me was when he refused to come in time for the match, and he didn't come for playing the second game. I didn't like this.
You said you were insulted. Do you still feel insulted by his behavior at the beginning?
Yeah, I think so. You're right.
Okay. Hopefully we'll have a time for a very short clip from the Johnny Carson show, in which he appeared after the match, became very famous, and was wanted to be brought on TV. So listen.
I'm sure the entire world knows the name Bobby Fischer by now. He is, as proved, the best chess player in the entire world. And you read a lot of articles about Bobby saying he's kind of temperamental and demanding, and he's not. I met him this afternoon, the place he designated, on top of the Y. In the sign Hollywood that's up in the Hollywood Hills. We met on top of that Y in Hollywood, but I met him briefly. He seems like a charming young man, and would you welcome, please, Bobby Fischer. It is so nice to have you on this show.
Thank you, Johnny.
I saw you on Bob Hope's show that you did with Mark Spitz one night, and you were great on that show. You did a sketch with Bob, and you did your lines like you'd been doing sketches all your life. Did you find it easy or difficult to do that?
People say, well, I don't know, I was a little worried about it. I didn't even watch it on TV.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't you like to watch something that you do?
Unless I'm sure it's good, I don't like to watch it.
You were very good in that. Now, look, you defeated Fischer-Spassky now, and you're the champion chess player in the entire world. Now, what is there beyond that? How do you top that? Is it now the trick is to not the trick, the idea is to maintain the championship?
Yeah, this is the big problem, how I top it. But I figure if I can keep the title for another 30 years, something like that.
Just 30 years or so, huh? Was it a letdown after it was all over, Bobby? I mean, it was, well, there must have been a tremendous...
It was. I woke up the day after the thing was over, and I just felt different, like something had been taken out of me.
Yeah, it was exciting to get the reports over here. I think you said in an article you never thought you'd see the day where I think...
Well, Bobby Fischer winning the World Championship in 1972. He failed to defend his title in 1975, where he was scheduled to defend his title, and Anatoly Karpov of Russia became the world champion, was named world champion. And again, it was tragically, Fischer died at the age of 63 in 2000, January of 2000. 64. 64?
Yep, yeah, I was 64 years old.
Oh, so, yeah,
number of squares on a chessboard.
Oh,
it was commented on, yeah.
Okay, well, it was, in 2007 was the year he died, right?
I'm not sure. Yeah,
no,
I know he was 64.
And again, he's buried in Reykjavik, Iceland, where he won his world championship. So we hope our Chess Chat viewers enjoyed watching our anniversary show on Bobby Fischer winning the world championship, and hope to see you next time for the next edition of Chess Chat.